this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Friday. This is Game Day Live, coming to you live from American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place in beautiful Newark, New Jersey, as the Devils take on the New York Islanders. 7 p.m. Eastern start. I'm your host, Sam Wu, and for the first time in New Jersey, and his first Devils game ever, from Chicago, Illinois, we have Vinnie Parise here on location at American Whiskey. My partner, friend, and well, Vinnie, you made it last night into New Jersey, the Garden State. You've heard all of what people have said about New Jersey. A lot of the pundits would say bad things. What are your thoughts so far? Is it really the Garden State or the Garbage State?
Well, first of all, thank you very much to everyone for having me. It's very nice to be finally in New Jersey after all these years of helping cover the team and whatnot. I'm so happy to be here. I love New Jersey. There's no garbage here. This isn't, New York. This isn't the Rangers. This isn't the Islanders. This is the Devils. And I'm so excited to be here. I'm very, very blessed. It's so much fun. And I can't thank you enough, Sam Wu.
Well, thank you, Vinnie. And on the 12th of December, there's going to be another Garden invasion. Vinnie Parise is going to that dump called Madison Square Garden on Monday. It's the world's most famous train station that's going to have a wrecking ball in it in about probably 4 or 5 years, something like that. But for tonight, let's concentrate on the New York Islanders. Devils are streaking. They are looking good. 3-0 shutout over the Blackhawks on Tuesday. You're familiar about the Blackhawks. What are your thoughts right now with the Devils and the goaltender they're going to have to face tonight against Sorokin?
Yeah, there's no doubt that Ilya Sorokin is one of the best goaltenders in the National Hockey League. He checks all the boxes. He's got a very good goals against average, a very good save percentage. He wins a lot of games. The Islanders are given a chance to win every single time that they're playing, no matter what, as long as he's in the net. They got good forwards and good defensemen. They play well in front of him. It's a nice structured team. They've been that way for a very long time. But in order for the Devils to come out with a big win, it basically needs to be the exact same as the last time they played them. They need to be hard on the forecheck. They need to make crisp passes. It can't be one of those ugly kind of games that they squeak out a win, because this Islanders team, they can make you pay. They're bounced back from the way they played last year. And if you're not hard and play well offensively and aren't that high-octane team that the Devils have become over the last couple months here, you're not going to beat them. So we need to see Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier and Jesper Bratt. These guys need to be out there doing their thing the way that we know that they can.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what the Devils have the advantage of? And I know the pundits at The Athletic have said some stupid things about the attendance. We read the Scott Stevens thing this morning. Whatever. The Rock, it's a home ice advantage. The fans are really pumped up here at American right now, and
cheer really loud if you love the New Jersey Devils.
If you want the New Jersey Devils to win, we want to hear you. Well, maybe they're just pre-gaming right now.
Yeah, everybody's drinking, having a good time here at American Whiskey. That's what we expect, though.
Yeah. So, regardless, I think the crowd's going to be a factor. It's been a factor on the road in Philly and obviously in New York. But, you know, the Islanders are doing pretty well. I think they've exceeded expectations. I think last season was just one of those seasons for them. But they've got veterans. But one thing that one of the fans that came in here earlier said, Barzal doesn't have many goals right now.
No. Barzal's one of the most interesting players in the NHL. He's got like 20-something assists. 23 assists, I think it is. He's only got like 26 points. But hey, if you're creating goals, it doesn't matter if you're the one scoring them or you're the one setting it up. It doesn't matter. Barzal's one of the greatest players in the league, or at least on the Islanders. You know, he needs to score some more goals. There's no doubt the Islanders want him to score more. But it's up to the Devils to, take advantage of the fact that he probably doesn't shoot as much as the Islanders would like. But in my opinion, you still can't, cheat to his pass, because he could still score goals. There's no doubt. He scored a bunch of goals already in his career. And that Islanders team last year, what did they start, 13 games on the road? to begin last season because
Yeah.
they were building their new arena and whatnot, so they just weren't able to get that start off the way that, they normally can. And, this year it's been a little more normalcy for the Islanders, and we've seen it. They're a good organization. They've been that way for a long time. And, for the last 5 or 6 years, they've been one of the top teams in the league. Before missing the playoffs last year, Sam, they were in the conference finals with the Tampa Bay Lightning Game 7 back-to-back years.
Yeah.
So I think this Islanders team is dangerous. The Devils have to go out there and play as hard as they possibly can the entire time.
Yeah, and you know what? It's the same thing we've been talking about last season, even to this season. But right now, last game, they got back to, good habits, played a full 60 minutes. Vitek Vanacek with the shutout, and, good things happen. But, hey, Sharon Govich is in the lineup tonight.
And that's big. Sharon Govich he's a very streaky goal scorer, but it's better than a replacement level player, right? Sharon Govich goes out there, and whoever replaces him is not going to be as good or, have as much of a chance to score a goal as Sharon Govich. So hopefully he's back. We've seen across the NHL in the last couple of years, Sam, guys who have kids, they have like that dad strength for a game. They come back and they have a hat trick or something crazy like that. So I'm actually expecting Sharon Govich to go out there and have a really good game today. I haven't seen the lines yet, the adjusted lines with him back in. We'll get those as warm-ups come up because they had an optional morning skate today. But, I'm excited about Sharon Govich. Whenever you get guys, and we've seen it with Bratt, whenever you get guys late in the draft and they come in and play this well, you know that you're winning.
Yeah, and winning, they are 37 points out of the last 40. Very impressive, but the next 30-day stretch is, I call it the 30-day challenge. They played the Rangers twice in that 30-day stretch, the Boston Bruins twice, the Florida Panthers twice. They've got some hard teams, and the Dallas Stars coming in the second half of a back-to-back. It will be a challenge, but it's also an opportunity for the Devils to possibly maybe pad a lead for first overall in the NHL.
Yeah, Sam, there's no doubt about it. Like, so far on this stretch where they're like 18-1-1 in their last 20 games, right?
Yeah.
They've destroyed the bad teams, right? Columbus Blue Jackets had no chance. The Chicago Blackhawks had no chance. But you've seen them when they play teams like the Edmonton Oilers or they just play that was pretty. Oh, they struggled against Philly, but Philly plays everyone hard even though they lose. Colorado.
Yeah.
They've beaten some of these teams that are really, really good by a slim margin. That's kind of how it goes in the NHL.
Yeah.
The top teams in the league, you got to be able to find a way to beat them. The bottom teams in the league is where you can kind of feel good about yourself, outshoot them in a large margin like how they did against Chicago. I mean, the Blackhawks had no chance. If it wasn't for the goaltender, Soderblom that they have, the game would have been 7-0. But, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes when you play the good teams, you got to find a way to win a hockey game.
And no offense to your brother Joey there.
My brother Joey
being
there.
a Bruins fan, but I'm more worried about the Carolina Hurricanes just because they're in the Metropolitan Division, just because it's a Broad Brenda Moore coach team. Are you worried about them? I mean, they play them, I believe, next week.
Yeah,
or the week after.
There's no doubt I'm worried about them. The Carolina Hurricanes, they've gone deep in the playoffs and stuff like that. But I don't have to deal with a Carolina Hurricanes fan in my life. I got to deal with a Boston Bruins fan in my life. So, yes, I'm more scared of the Bruins. They have Patrice Bergeron, and Krejci's back. They're a well-coached team with Monty back. Good goaltending. So I think the Bruins are really, really good. I cannot wait for the Devils to play them on December 23rd. That's going to be probably the game of the week in the NHL.
I'll tell you what, that December 23rd, we'll be here. Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. We'll be here at American Whiskey at 51 Edison Place on December 23rd. Let me tell you, it's going to be another recipe for disaster in a good way. You remember that game before Thanksgiving, how liquored up the Devils fans were, how fired up they were. Now you got, 2 days before Christmas, the 23rd. It's where happy Festivus game, where we can air our grievances about the entire NHL, putting down our Devils. You know what? That game here, pre-gaming here at American Whiskey, it's going to be one for the ages. I'm all fired up. I took the day off, too. I said, the boss, you know what? I got to be here at American Whiskey because the fans need us. They want to air their grievances. I can't believe, even now, and I don't want to be a negative Nancy to all those on YouTube Live. I'm seeing all the comments right now, Steve Engel and Dave Singer. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, But I'm just tired of the same old script from the media, from the hockey media. Oh, their attendance is bad. Well, not all arenas are created equal. Not all fan bases are created equal. Not all schedules are created equal. And I just don't think it's fair, especially when this fan base has been really turning out, and it's traditionally an after-Christmas fan base.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, New York City's what, like 30 minutes away? And those people writing those columns for The Athletic and stuff, they're not coming here seeing all the great people at American Whiskey filing in before the game and coming up to us and shaking our hands saying hello. Even if it's a smaller fan base numbers-wise compared to like the Islanders or the Rangers or even Montreal, Toronto, Boston, the original 6 teams, it's the most passionate. You know when you're talking to a New Jersey Devils fan, they're going to know what DH they're talking about.
Yep.
And it's just great. I love this fan base, and I can't wait to get in that arena in a little bit.
Yeah, and in full disclosure, we do have friends at The Athletic. Shayna Goldman, very good. In the past, Corey Massasak.
Yep.
Now he's on the, I believe, the San Jose beat.
Yep.
So it's not all writers. It's just, it was in The Athletic. We just don't want to name names or call people out because that's not who we are. But at the same time, we got to hold you accountable. It doesn't make sense to us. But Dennis says, we got each other, screw them. Let me tell you, it's, again, Devils fans against the world. New Jersey versus everybody. That's what I'm feeling right now. You know, it's right now. I mean, the fans are, they're not on camera. But
yell it as loud as you can.
Yeah,
Let's go, Devils! That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, so, you know, honestly, Vinny, got to ignore the pun. That's why we have this podcast, because I'm tired of the spin. You know, we tell how it is. When the team stinks, we say they stink. But right now,
we were
Tom
brutal last year.
I know, but Tom Fitzgerald's making the right moves.
There's no doubt. And listen, we call it the Let's Go Devils podcast for a reason, guys. We're here cheering on this team.
Yep.
And we're going to rip on them when they stink. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
But, you know, that just hasn't been the case this year. And listen, I love The Athletic, too. They have great people. You know, Dom is saying nice things about it all the time. So, you know, I like it.
Yeah, and again, I got to get, I mean, I'm trying to get this off my chest because it just bothers me. It's like, why are you going to the old script? Why don't you look at what's happening here? You know, again, I'm going to beat a dead horse. You go to Madison Square Garden. Brat Pack was there. Madison Square Garden and Wells Fargo Center. What are they chanting? They're chanting, "Let's go Devils." They're taunting the home team goalie. I mean, we really haven't seen anything like this in a regular season. Maybe in the playoffs, 2006, when the Devils swept the Rangers, you heard the chants, the Henrik chants, you know, coming from the Devils fans taunting. The Flyers, there were a couple years where the Devils fans took over that building. But now, I mean, this young fan base is now growing up, 40 years. And since you're here, Vinny, tell me how you became a Devils fan.
Oh,
and you're from Chicago, so basically you have nothing to do with the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey,
other than being Italian, that's it.
Connecticut, other than being Italian.
That's it.
Have you tried the pizza here yet?
I have tried New York pizza. I went to Suprema in New York. It was
the
really,
pizza is
really
great
good.
here at American Whiskey.
Okay,
and I'm not saying that just because we're plugging. We like to plug. It is actually, they've actually got a brick oven in the back.
Yeah, okay, we'll get a pie later for sure. Joey Parise's here, so you know we're getting a pie at some point.
Yeah, and then you tell us how it is, and you know, I'm not going to hold it against you. Everybody's got their own taste.
Yeah.
But I think our pizza here is pretty good. The bagels are good. Have you tried the Taylor ham yet?
I haven't tried it here yet. I had it to go and brought it home, but I'm going to give that a try too. But as far as becoming a Devils fan, Sam.
Oh yeah.
Zach Parise. My last name's Parise. When I was a kid, hockey was irrelevant in Chicago. It was great before I was born. The Blackhawks were good in the early 90s, but you know, they stunk for a long time. Talk about dead arenas. The United Center was empty. And you know, it was a Bulls arena. And until 2009, 2008, when they drafted Taves and Kane, it became pretty good. But you know, I became a fan of the Devils through time over that. And listen, it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I heard someone came up to me before the show today while we were setting everything up, and they said that this is the liveliest The Rock has been, and it opened in 2007, am I correct? So if this is the liveliest The Rock has been, and a team went to the Stanley Cup Final was played in that building in 2012, and this team's causing the fans to be rowdier.
Yep.
That's saying something. And I think it's because they're young, they're vibrant. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and I've been to a lot of Devils games back in the 80s, 90s, at the old Meadowlands. I was here when this building opened. The 2012 playoffs was pretty a ruckus. I can't believe I'm saying this, but some of the games in this building, especially against Toronto, that one debacle of officiating and rules play, it felt like a late round Stanley Cup playoff atmosphere.
It really did, and I was almost as crushed when they lost as I would be. It sounds crazy, but when I saw that winning streak come to an end, I was like, man, that stinks.
It had all the dramatics. I mean, Mitch Marner, was like, you would think that, he was permanently injured and assaulted by a chicken tender.
Yeah.
From the stands.
Yeah, Mitch Marner and his dad were upset.
Yeah, they were upset, and Mitch wasn't allowed to eat when he went home.
Yeah,
because he was upset.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's okay.
Inside joke. Inside joke.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. But, I mean, Arcala was trying to stop the fans because, penalties, but the NHL did something right. They didn't assess a penalty because how often do you have 3 goals called back in a heated, high-stakes regular season game?
Absolutely. I was wondering if they were going to give a delay of game penalty. I think I said it out loud. I was like, I really hope they don't get a delay of game penalty for this. But like you said, it was kind of their fault. And were the calls right? We'll argue that for days.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't matter in the end. I don't condone throwing stuff on the ice. Obviously,
No.
I don't think you should do that.
No, you shouldn't.
But, I get why it happened. It was the day. I do think it was the day before Thanksgiving. It was Blackout Wednesday.
And just keep in mind here, it would have been fanning the flames and putting gas on the fire had they given the Devils a 2-minute penalty. So that's why but at the same time, it stopped. Dougie Hamilton scores, and there was no question about that, which is kind of funny about that. But now you look at that game, that's the only regulation loss. I mean, that game should have went into overtime at the very least. I mean, this point streak could be at 21 games or something like that. And had that not happened,
they would have broke the consecutive wins record, I believe, right? Because they did end up winning another 3 after that. So insane stuff. I thought Nico really was going to score there with 8 seconds left. He had a chance right in front, and I really thought he was going to put the puck in the net, but it was all for naught. Matt Murray is also in the Vezina Trophy conversation. He's been great with the Leafs so far this year, so all the old hoopla about Matt Murray's kind of going away a little bit. He's a really good goaltender. The Leafs are a really good team. They're one of the teams right behind the Devils in the standings. So, credit to them. They won the game. All is well that ends well. They've won a bunch since. They actually haven't had a game without a point since. So the Devils are just a good team. I think that's fair to say now. Yeah,
they're a good team. And, Vinny, we're getting to that time about predictions. Predictions. I got my predictions brought to you by betstamp.app. Betstamp.app, the Trivago of sports betting. Download the app today, betstamp.app. You can find your favorite sports books, find who's got the best lines, best payout for the same bet, betstamp.app.
Yeah, listen, I love being in New Jersey at a Devils game. This has been a dream come true, and I was happy right before the game that because I'm in New Jersey, I was able to, like in Illinois, make a bet legally using the BetStamp app, and I was able to go through and look for my favorite sports book and whatever price fit my needs the best, and I found the Devils. I'm actually going to take them as a big favorite here. They're playing against the New York Islanders, and I found them at -110, and I'm going to pick the New Jersey Devils to win this game by a final score of 4-2.
4-2 victory, you're predicting.
Yep, 4-2.
All right. I don't care about Sorokin. I know the Islanders are tough. I'm picking a 6-0 victory over the New York Islanders. I'm putting money on it through the betstamp.app. You know it. I know it. That's who I'm picking. 6-0.
Wow. I like that.
That is pretty amazing, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, this place is just, it's like happening right now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the fans here. having a great time here at American
We
Whiskey.
got 3-1. We got 3-1 as a prediction.
Yeah.
3-1, okay.
3-1?
3-1, okay.
Now we're taking predictions from the crowd.
Yeah, 3-1.
All right.
Got predictions? 5-2,
Wow.
4-2. Okay.
We got Peyton and Aaron behind the bar. Remember to tip your bartenders. They do a great job here at American Whiskey. Frank the Tank, Mariah running the show here tonight. Also, one last thing before we go. Today is Vinnie Parise's birthday. And how old are you today?
Today I turned 28.
28 years
Damon
old.
Severson.
You're Damon Severson years old.
I wish it was a better player.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody can hear me, but I was hoping to get a happy birthday singing here. You think it'll happen?
I mean, I don't know. He wants to sing happy birthday.
Yeah. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vinnie. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
Thank you all very much. Now let's get one more chant going. Let's go Devils! Let's go Devils! I love you all. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, well, we'll end with this. Come see us at Devils After Dark after the game here at American Whiskey. Till next time, let's go Devils.